introduce our commencement speaker tonight. Dr. Gus Ferrer is a really good friend of mine and a brother in Christ. I've known Gus for about 6 years. Gus also served on the school board, and asked him to be our commencement speaker tonight. We try to get from time to time to have parents who have children graduating to be our guest speaker, and tonight Lauren's graduating, and it's apropos for Dr. Ferrer to be with us here tonight. Let me read a few things about Gus Ferrer. When I received this, his wife Nicole said, and I know this would be true for Gus or Dr. Ferrer, he would say, "All I have is because of the Lord Jesus Christ." And I know that's true, but let me say a few things that God has done through you, if I may. Dr. Ferrer was trained in pulmonary medicine both in Cuba and the United States in 1999. He was hired by the United Nations University, serving as a director of respiratory research while working with the native people of Venezuela's Orinoco River region. He came to the United States in 2000 and went for a residency in Texas. He received a fellowship in pulmonary and critical care at George Washington University, and subsequently joined the Cleveland Clinic in Florida, and he speaks nationwide. In 2012, he was invited to the White House for a briefing on health care, and currently serving as part of the board of advisors for Medicare Quality. Dr. Ferrer has delivered over 150 presentations locally, nationally, and internationally. He is the founder and program director of the Ventura Hospital Pulmonary Medicine Fellowship. He has received several prestigious awards, including being listed among the best doctors in the United States by U.S. News and World Report. Most Compassionate Doctor, Patient's Choice Award, and multiple teaching awards. He has been featured in USA Today, NBC News, CNN en Espanol, the Miami Herald, Canada Radio, and others. He's also known for inventing, or he has invented something that's in the patent in the process. I didn't know that, Dr. Ferrer. He has authored several books, and his latest titled, Graceful Exit, will be available in the spring of 2018. Dr. Ferrer is happily married to his wife Nicole, and they have 2 daughters, Amanda, who's in high school, and Lauren, who's graduating, and son Diego. Please welcome Dr. Gus Ferrer.
Dr. Kitchens, Mr. McCain, Mr. Noonan, graduates, teachers, and families, thank you. It is a distinct privilege to be here today and to speak to you today. I have been blessed with the privilege of speaking and interacting with people in the last 3 years nationwide. But today is kind of an interesting day. I'm kind of nervous. I enjoy very much speaking. But today is the day of graduation of my daughter Lauren. It's a very special day for my family. Today we're here to celebrate dreams, we're here to celebrate knowledge, accomplishments, sacrifices, tenacity, persistence, unity, dedication, and love. Love that was poured out by the school's administration, the teachers, your parents. Today we're here to celebrate Christian education. Today is one of those life precious moments that will register in our memories forever. Memories are pictures that they will get engraved in our brains, in the deepest part of our brains. For example, I remember vividly today, the day that Nikki told me that she was pregnant with Lauren. I also remember when the doctor called us and he told us 2 weeks after there was a tumor in Nikki's placenta that was as big as Lauren. I remember the weekly doctor's visits, the ultrasounds. I remember the ladies from church going to her house and praying over Nikki's belly. I remember Nikki's having tremendous peace while I was experiencing anguish, doubts, and confusions. For I could not separate the doctor from the father. I was in the process of leaving behind my atheist life. And here I was, facing a tremendous life faith test. I couldn't believe it. And believe me, family, I cannot explain it. But the tumor was gone at the time when Lawrence delivered, Nikki's delivered. We have all the 3D pictures and ultrasounds that were shared by many of my colleagues through the world trying to find an explanation. It was simply a miracle. Lauren's birthday marked a day that anchored my faith. And for that, Lauren, I thank you. Today, we all celebrate multiple memories and years of memories. It is estimated that in 2017, worldwide people will take approximately 1.2 trillion pictures. 80% of those pictures will be taken with cell phones. This means approximately 20 pictures a day for more than 4.5 billion people. Dr. Kitchens, Mr. McCain, I can guarantee you that 1/3 of those pictures were taken in my house last Saturday. Yet, when life goes on, we're always going to remember just a handful of those pictures. Those are the ones that we call memories. And all of you have been going through here, bringing some of those pictures back to life. When I look back at the last 8 years, I remember the interview with Mrs. Del Pozo, the first day of school for Lawrence and Amanda. I also remember the trip to San Agustin when I met Mr. Nunes over a Cuban lunch. Dr. Kitchen's first handshake, unforgettable. I remember the volleyball practices. I remember Lauren's first cartwheel. I remember Annabella's and Sierra's sleepover and the wonderful, beautiful demeanors. I remember Heidi's cats. I remember Grace's posture. What an incredible figure. I remember Emma dancing in the backyard of my house, Vivir Vivir, with my mom. I remember many, many times Mrs. Donna Moore and all the PTF's moms dedicating incredible numbers of hours of service. I also remember the day that I was told that Mrs. Vigius enjoyed doing cartwheels in class. And of course, I will always remember Mr. Warner's distinct walkie-talkie style when he called Ferrer, Ferrer, 5th and 6th. Sir, can I report that for my high school years wake up alarm for my kids at 5? We all can write books about the memories that we have from this school. Today we celebrate the memories built around you, the graduates. You're a very special group of kids, or adult, young adults, I would say, or teenagers. Some of you know each other for more than 8 years, others less than that. After tonight, many of you will go in different directions, different high schools in the future, and different colleges. But today, we are all part of these incredible memories that we're building together. As a parent, I have 100 things that I would like to tell you. Things to do and things not to do. Pearls of wisdom learned through life's painful experiences. The desire to guide you and the desire to guide people is not new to humanity. Recorded history and biblical stories are full of those wonderful and incredible speeches. It comes to my mind Solomon announcing to the people of Israel that they're going to be crossing to the promised land. And he was charging them, telling them, what to do or not to do. If we keep going through the Bible, we're going to find the prophets. We're going to find apostles. And probably here today, many of you graduates have older siblings that your parents have charged them when they go to high school or college. Let me share a story with you. There's a story of two groups of explorers that they were competing for a prize. One team was called the Quick and Easy, and the other one was called Slow and Steady. The task was to go from point A to point B through a thick forest. The fastest time would win. The race started sharp at 8 a.m. 4 hours later, Quick and Easy was getting closer to the goal when they heard the Slow and Steady team talking and laughing while preparing lunch. They got there an hour earlier. When they finished, CNN interviewed the leaders. And the Quick and Easy leader jumped quickly and he said, "We went through what we thought was the fastest way, the easiest way, the path that was without hills and obstacles. We are, in fact, the faster. We should have won." The reporter turned to the Slow and Steady leader and he replied, "We realize that the hill up, the uphill, the obstacles that seems like more work at glance, but with faith, courage, and determination, the road less trouble will take us to the fastest place." The moral of the story is that sometimes in life, the easy road may take longer. Matthew 7:13 says, "Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads us to destruction, and many are entering to that." Tomorrow, my wonderful graduates, you're going to start a new chapter in your life. And life is just like that. Life will present to you multiple decisions, but you always are going to have two paths, or most of the time. One of them will take you the heart and the work and the effort to travel to the road less trouble. And the other, the one that is quick and easy at glance, will take you to destruction. If I can charge you today with one thing, I will tell you, remember this. In the year to come, whenever you're facing important decisions, please take the road less trouble. Jesus says in John 16:33, "I have told you this so that in me you may have peace. In this world you're going to have trouble." He did not say that you may have problems, or sometimes. No way. You will have problems. I wish I could tell you something different today, but that's not reality. But here's the best part of this. In the same verse, Jesus says, "Take heart. Take comfort. I, Jesus, have overcome the world." How are you going to do this in the future, my wonderful friends? I will tell you to embrace problems. Embrace problems. Trying to learn something from every trial that you're going to face in the future. In my own life, at times, it's been more like in this trouble, you're going to have some life. I have learned to embrace problems. I had no other options. I'm from the hills of Guantanamo, Cuba, for a town of approximately 700 people. Mangoes is our only crop, and it was my toy growing up. In my town, most people never went to college. My parents wanted the very best for me, and they believed that I could travel that road that in my town nobody traveled. At the age of 16, I was facing, just like you guys, contemplating to join the Cuban army. I was facing a tough decision. My dad pulled me apart and he told me, "Son, I will not stand in the ways of your choices. But I remember seeing a special kind of passion in you the day that you helped me deliver that baby in the back of my Jeep. You were only 11, and I could see the medicine was right for you." I went on to study medicine. I was still confused. For there I had the opportunity to study pulmonary medicine in Havana, Cuba, 500 miles from home. Unfortunately, it's a controlled country and no government housing was available. I went on and spent 18 months of my life as homeless. Hard cement floors, roaches-infested bathrooms, closets, patient's room, cold room, and occasionally a couch became my resting place for 18 months. I was then blessed to join the United Nations University and go for a research to the Orinoco River. At the end of my research in 2000, I was facing deportation from Venezuela. I set my compass north and I decided to come to this incredible land. July 2000, I was caught attempting leaving Venezuela and I was put in prison. I was thankfully rescued by a bunch of friends with an escape scene just as one of the James Bond movies. 24 hours later, I landed in Atlanta. I was finally in the beautiful and incredible United States of America, just to end up in prison again. But this time was just for a few hours of interrogation. When it was over, I remembered the words of the customs officers echoing behind me when he said, you are free to go. I did not understand that. Words that I was dreaming to hear for years. And they were right there, crystal clear, you are free. I stopped and froze for a few minutes in total disbelief. And I told him, where did I go? And he replied, wherever you want to go. There's a lot of things that you can do in this country. I ran away, afraid that he can call me back. Walking through the Atlanta airport, I felt like an ant in a sea of elephants. And my wonderful graduates, if tomorrow, when you get to your high school, you feel like a sea, like an ant in a sea of elephants, don't be afraid. Just keep on going. I did not speak the language. I had no other choices to keep on going. I did not even know how to use a public phone. After an hour, walking up and down in the airport, and thankfully to a cleaning lady that I overheard speaking Spanish. She helped me and she guided me to make my first phone call in America. And of course, she then guided me to the tickets counter that will take me to my final destination. And like most Cuban, Miami was my final destination. When I walked in there, I felt my heart pumping in my ears. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of going back in prison without cause, the fear of fears was consuming me. I had no other options that day than to face my fears. But I decided that I will embrace fears and confusions no matter what. I had taken the road less traveled just as my parents dreamed for me, and it was hard, but no turning back. Delta airline ticket, the attendants called a Puerto Rican translator to help her. And she said, to Miami, $180. I put my pockets inside out, and I only had $80. I felt the world was crumbling around me. Suddenly, I heard a soft voice right behind me that said, son, I know what the Cubans go through. Don't worry. I will pay your ticket. I thanked that lady. I asked for her name, and she replied, my name doesn't matter. Just go and make something out of yourself. I got on an airplane totally confused, astonished, puzzled, in total disbelief of that incredible generosity. I've never seen something like that. That day in that flight, I determined to make commitments and not excuses. When you're facing problems tomorrow, my colleagues, my dear friends and graduates, please make commitments, not excuses. I landed in Miami at 1 a.m. and I was ready to conquer the world. I worked cleaning floor, painting houses until I got a job as a secretary in a hospital. I studied English at night, and I'm still today have an accent, but I don't think with an accent. I wish I could tell you that the road was easy. It was not. I got laid off. I have multiple family issues. I fell. I have health issues, just to name a few. Many people during those days advised me that I should stop dreaming and find a job. What I did with them, I practiced civility. I respected their opinion, but I kept on pressing on. When that happened to you, keep on pressing on. You will have people that will tell you that's not what you should do, but you will press on. In all of this, I met the love of my life. I didn't believe in anything, not even in me. I was a devout atheist who was blessed with a wife that believed in me, even when I felt like a prisoner in a free country. She took me to church. It was a long process, I gotta confess. I used to belong to Thomas Club. I got to see it, to believe it. I have not seen him, I have not seen Jesus. But I can tell you, graduates, today, I have seen his guidance, I have seen his love, I have seen his faithfulness, and I have seen his mercy. And he has been there through all the trials. And my dear graduates, if I can charge you with one thing, will be stay closer to Jesus, stay close to God. If you fall, and you will, rise up again. Quickly, come back to him. He loves you. Proverbs 24:16 says, "For the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity." I don't want you to stumble in times of calamity. Rise up again and keep on going. Today, I depend on the scripture. I make mistakes. I sin. I'm a sinner. But I practice the gift of quick forgiveness. Please do so. I have been tremendously blessed. And I know today that incredible things are waiting ahead for you guys. I know this, and I want to tell you that you guys are a special group of people. I want you guys to remember the beautiful and precious moments that you all experienced at WCA with your friends, teachers, and family. Remember to remain spiritually connected. Going forward to high school in your life, I want to charge you with this. Remember to enjoy precious moments. Build memories. Be intentional. Be present. When problems come, and they will, take the road less traveled. Embrace problem, embrace your fears and confusion. They are part of the journey. How you're going to do that? You're going to stay committed to God and to Jesus. Study the scripture regularly. Psalm 37:4 charges us. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Not excuses. Commit and practice civility will take you to what life calls success. Remember, you are a very special group of students. A handful of people of the whole planet have the opportunity that you guys have today to be part of one of these incredible schools, to be part of a Christian school that give their life to your learning. You all have the seed of greatness in you, and it's just waiting for the right fertilizer, and you have it right here. You are chosen. You are unique. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Dr. Kitchen, Mr. McCain, Mr. Noonan, teachers, I have this heart feeling since the time that I started to write this speech, and since the time that I've been praying for all of you. I have this heart God feeling that from this school, from this 2017 graduating class, we're going to have senators, scientists, writers, doctors, teachers that will help us turn the country back on track.
Amen.
America is an incredible country. America is still the land where dreams become realities. America is the reason for why all of us are here. It is not perfect, but it's very simple. It's the best. The country needs people like you, graduates. The country needs WCA Christian leaders that will help us overcome the obstacles of the future. The country simply needs you. And if the country needs you, America is a leading country in the planet. The world needs you. The world needs your commitment and your dedication. I wish I could have more time to tell you more things, but I promised Lauren that I will cut it short. I will leave you with these words from that unknown angel that helped me in the Atlanta airport that summer of 2000. Go and make something great out of yourselves for the glory of God. Thank you.